I do want to bring up there was nobody to get Madden cursed this week because everybody who was in the Madden
No
curse.
Manning cast curse.
But Phil Mickelson said the funniest fucking thing when they asked him about the Madden curse. He goes, "Yeah, I'm not playing golf this week." No, I believe in it 100%. You guys are awful to players. What is going on, guys? Week 11 of the NFL season is here. The NFL season is absolutely flying by, and I am joined once again by Ben. Ben, it is week 11 of the NFL season. A lot has happened. We're back to not having the greatest games this week to go through, but there are some notable games, and definitely a lot of fun to be had because it has been a weird NFL season, and that's an understatement. So, Ben, week 11, how you feeling?
If Atlanta can score more than 3 points, I'll be happy. And that game, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That was
Can we just move on?
brutal. So, as much as Ben is suffering, Ben did catch up a little bit last week because the Giants were on a bye week and because, well, I honestly did shit last week on my pick, but it was enough to gain up a little bit. The current score is 113 to 111. We are within 2 points of each other going into week 11 of the regular season. A lot of points still to be had with the preseason picks and with all the rest of the weeks along with the playoffs. So, lot still to happen. We start week 11 with the game of the week, and my game of the week is the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this is finally a game again because, look, the Dallas Cowboys have been, fairly good all season. They had that one hiccup against Denver a couple weeks ago, but the Dallas Cowboys have been consistently good this season. The Kansas City Chiefs, to much people's surprise, have not been very good this season, but these last couple weeks have really been stepping it up. They absolutely kicked the crap out of the former division-leading Las Vegas Raiders, 41-14 last week. They beat the Green Bay Packers, who are one of the best teams in the league. Yes, they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, but still a big win for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're now leading the AFC West after being in fourth place not too long ago. So that AFC West very much up for grabs, but the Kansas City Chiefs have found their way on top of it. Now that they have their stride back, they go up against the Dallas Cowboys, and this could not be a better time for them to be playing Dallas. As you can tell by the smile on my face, I feel confident in the fact that I can pick against Dallas this week. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs 30-27. I think this is, I kind of want to fact check this for a second. Week 8, my score for game of the week was 32-27. And ever since then, I've been picking 30-27 as my game of the week score. Don't know if anyone else has picked up on that, but it just kind of dawned on me and I had to check.
I sure as hell didn't.
That's fucking hilarious.
My game of the week, not many good games. I was tempted with a different one, but I kind of kept it with my wild card because I didn't have as high hopes on it. But my game of the week is the Bills going against the Indianapolis Colts. And this is one of those where the Colts, I believe they're like 5-5, I believe.
Yep.
So they're 500. The Bills are 6-3. I think the Bills are better. I do have the Bills winning this one 27-24. I think it's going to be more defense early on because both these teams have very solid defenses, but I do like the Bills a lot more when it comes to their defense. And obviously when it comes to their offense, look, I don't believe in Carson Wentz. I think he's just getting lucky. In my personal opinion, I think he's just got lucky that he has like basically like 3 running backs, like friggin' good God, Jonathan Taylor.
We move on to the upset picks of the week. Now, some big news that we didn't really talk about last week because, he didn't really play much. He got 2 touchdowns on 2 plays, but we didn't really talk about it too much. But he's back in the league, and he's back on the Carolina Panthers, Cam Newton. They go up against the Washington football team, who's coming off a win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. So that's great news for the Washington football team. However, they lost Chase Young for the year. He tore his ACL. So that hurts. I personally, I'm like, yay, we still have to play them one more time. But no, seriously, Chase Young, get better. Sorry, that sucks. But the Washington football team goes up against the Carolina Panthers this week. Now, Cam Newton is probably going to get the start this week going up against Washington. I don't think P.J. Walker has been doing, if that's his name, I'm pretty sure that's his name. I don't think he's been doing all that great for Carolina. He's definitely not the answer. Cam Newton at least provided some sort of spark, so I think they're going to run with him. And that's why I have the Washington football team upsetting the Carolina Panthers 23-21. I have never really believed all that much in Cam Newton. It's his throwing ability for me. Now, in his MVP season, he had a great season, and it's because he was power running the ball, and he had that dual threat. Well, eventually that dual threat goes away. Now, with Lamar Jackson, that dual threat started to go away. He's definitely not getting the rushing yards that he was in his rookie season, but Lamar Jackson can throw the ball, and he's proving that this year. Cam Newton at no point in his career has proven that he can throw the ball consistently well. And I have also, after Super Bowl 50 against the Denver Broncos, I lost all kind of faith and hope in Cam Newton that he was going to be a franchise or an MVP caliber quarterback after that season. So, 23-21 Washington over Carolina. And he can prove me wrong. I really don't care. But, yeah.
My upset pick is going to be the Seattle Seahawks beating the Arizona Cardinals. And I'll admit, I think it might not be an upset at the fact that Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins might still be out. But with Vegas still knowing that they have the chance to be out, it still has the Cardinals as the favorite. So that's why I'm going with it. So no other reason, honestly.
He just wants the easy 2 points.
Hey, I forgot that Murray was hurt last week. This time I consciously remembered it.
2 weeks in a row picks the Cardinals to lose because Kyler Murray's out, and now he's claiming he didn't know Kyler Murray was out.
All right, well,
I'm kidding. I know he didn't know.
I mean, Wilson's also coming off a thumb injury, and we'll see how that goes. But I got the Seahawks winning this one, 28-24. I still think that was a good game. Plus, divisional games are always good games. Hopefully,
And Ben, after a brutal loss to the Dallas Cowboys last week, the Falcons will have to go up against the New England Patriots, who have been somewhat hot themselves. So good luck, Ben. But look, the New York Giants go up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And now I know the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lost to Washington last week. And to be honest, I didn't really watch that game. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, what went wrong for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Haven't looked into it. Probably should have done some research. But I don't need research to tell me that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are still a better team than the New York Giants. And I don't need research to tell me that if I pick the New York Giants in this game, there's a 100% chance they lose the game. So at least if I pick the Buccaneers to win, the Giants have a 50% chance of winning this game. So I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this one 27-17 over the New York Giants. I'd love to see the Giants play a good game against Tampa Bay on Monday night. I'd love to see Daniel Jones get a win on a primetime game and get that kind of stigma off of his back. But it is what it is. The Giants seem to play tough teams on primetime games, and the Giants just aren't a tough team yet.
You got the last game of the week. I got the first game of the week. I got Thursday night with the Patriots. And if Atlanta showed that they could score a touchdown against Dallas, which arguably has a worse defense than the Patriots have a better defense than the Cowboys. I think that's a fair assessment. I would be like, you know what? Maybe I'll pick Atlanta. I can't. As much as I want to, nothing good could come from me picking Atlanta in this one. So I have the Patriots winning this one 30-20. Hopefully they score a touchdown. Literally a touchdown would just be happy enough for me. Show that they have at least some realm of complacency in that fucking team.
The wild card picks. Now, there was a couple of good games, I guess, to go throughout the week. But, none of them that were like, wow, I really want to talk about this game. But something happened last week that I do want to talk about. And I want to complain about. Because I don't feel like I feel like I had a few chances last year to talk about this, and I want to talk about it again. My wild card game is the Los Angeles Chargers going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the thing I want to talk about is the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers last week tied against the Detroit Lions. Now, first of all, Pittsburgh fans, you tied against Detroit. Oh, okay, sorry. I know some Pittsburgh fans, and that felt good. I'm still a Giants fan. You can still roast me. It's fine. But, look, this is what I want to talk about. The NFL. Why the fuck is the NFL, the only professional, like, not the only professional sport, but like one of the major professional sports to have games end in a tie. Like, that's the stupidest. Like, baseball is already one of the slowest sports ever, and they will literally play that game until somebody wins the damn game. And like, they've even come up with their own overtime rules to try to make it a little like quicker and easier for teams to score by putting a runner on second. But like, fix the fucking overtime rules. Ties are the stupidest thing in the world. And the fact that the Detroit Lions will not go 0-17 this year and that they'll go 0-16-1 or well, I'm sorry, 1-15-1 because they still have to play Atlanta later in the year.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
But
you're not picking them.
But end of story. NFL, fix your overtime rules, and I have the Chargers beating the Steelers 32-14 because they tied against Detroit.
My wild card is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Raiders continue to show for third year in a row, looks like that after halfway through, they just seem to collapse. Take it for someone that's known for seeing collapse from their team. That's pretty bad. And they don't even have a bad team. Like, Waller's a top tight end, arguably, maybe outside of Kelsey, the best tight end, like, skill-wise. I mean, granted, Deshaun Jackson can't, catch a breakaway because if he catches it, he just fumbles it, apparently, He could have had a touchdown his first catch, but this year here nor there. And the Bengals are solid. They're not bad. They're solid. I think they're a playoff team, possibly, but
they've been losing some games lately.
Yeah, like they're okay. They're competitive at least. I think that's their one. I mean, the Raiders did not look competitive on Sunday night. But long story short, I do have the Bengals winning this one 28-24 over Las Vegas, and I just think they're going to keep that cold streak going into the end of the season because it's just, I don't know what's going on with them.
So that is it for the main picks this week. These are all the other picks, the picks that we didn't talk about. If there is a pick that we didn't talk about that you want to pause and see, do that now. But yeah, I'm running out of things to say in this segment. So we move on to the 2-point conversions. And with my 2-point conversion, I want to talk about a player that I haven't talked about a whole lot this season. I know Ben has brought him up a few times, so it's not like we have completely neglected this player. But Lamar Jackson is having an outstanding season for the Baltimore Ravens. The AFC North is absolutely Baltimore's to lose. They are in full control of that division now that Cincinnati is starting to decline a little bit. So Lamar Jackson, he's going up against the Chicago Bears this week, who arguably still have a top defense in the NFL. I wouldn't say like top 5 or anything like that, but they do still have a very good defense and a defense that can carry this Chicago team that has a very lackluster offense at the moment with Justin Fields just struggling to get it going. But even though the Chicago Bears have a very good defense, in my opinion, Lamar Jackson, I think, is going to go off this week. And now when I say go off, I'm not saying like 400 yards, 100 rushing yards, and 8 touchdowns. Like, that's a little ridiculous. If Lamar Jackson can at least throw the ball for 300 yards and get 3 total touchdowns in this game, I think that he is further proving himself, like I said earlier, that, hey, he doesn't have to run the ball. And that's why I'm not picking his rushing yards in this, not only because I've never gotten a quarterback rushing yards as a 2-point to get converted ever, but I don't think he needs to run the ball much anymore. He is finally proving that he has an arm, and he has definitely proven me wrong. I said it when he was drafted. I called him RG4. I wasn't very nice to Lamar Jackson when he got drafted because I didn't think the play style. I thought very similar to Cam Newton. I didn't think the play style was working. He didn't have the arm of like a Russell Wilson or Patrick Mahomes Patrick Mahomes wasn't there yet, but you know what I mean. But now he is proving in this year especially. So 300 passing yards and 3 total touchdowns for Lamar Jackson, I think proves that he is a quarterback, and everybody, including me, should definitely eat their words.
Hold that out.
Hold that out.
In your game of the week, and that is Mahomes and Dak Prescott. I am going with good old reliable because that means it's going to be a defensive game. And I got Mahomes and Dak Prescott combining for over 700 yards passing and 7 total touchdowns. Honestly, I was struggling for a 2-point. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just see if it works. And if it works, yay. If not, you know what? Maybe I'll at least make sure you don't get your score protection if it's a defensive game. So I'll at least take that.
That is it for week 11, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The race is getting very close. It's 113 to 111, like I said earlier. And like I said in a previous video, the bet was declared a secret. So you guys won't know who the loser is. You won't know what the bet is. You'll know who the loser is the entire time, but you won't know what the bet is until the Super Bowl special. We got to keep at least something a secret. And hopefully I won't be like the Giants and all injured with a spider bite and, sprained wrists and all that. And I'll be more ready because this is my 4th time recording this outro. I fucked it up 4 times. I powered through it this time. We got it. I felt like that was good. I felt like I did okay.
I believed in you. I knew you could do it.
I appreciate that. So that is it for week 11, guys. Hang on, I actually wanted to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. Ben, going into week 13,
dude, you're just all over the place.
I am not all over the place. Yes, I am all over the place. What am I saying? You know what? I'm going to start that whole fucking thing over. I didn't like any of that. That was horrible. But that is it for week 11, guys.
Are you sure you're good? Are you good?
Is there anything you want to say before we head out?
I don't even know anymore.
I hope you guys enjoyed Dragon. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Fuck. Have a great one, guys. Peace.
Deuces.